What's going on, everybody? Hey, what is up? It is Real Time with Prince Blue. I am back and I am happy to be here. Let's get into what we're going to talk about today. Y'all, I'm not even going to lie. I'm irritated. Every time I open social media, it's men versus women, red pill versus feminism. Modern women are delusional. Men aren't stepping up. Nobody wants to submit. Nobody wants to lead. Blah, 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 blah. And at this point, y'all don't even sound hurt anymore. Y'all sound addicted. So tonight, we're going to react to everything. We're going to call Cap, and we're going to we're just going to be asking one single question. Why are we performing for the algorithm instead of actually solving anything? I don't know. We're going to find out. So without going on any further, let's get into it, shall we? Welcome to Real Time.
Real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, Prince Blue. Real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, Prince Blue. Talk that, talk that, talk that, coach, talk that, talk that, talk that, coach, talking entertainment too. Look, we are not the same as you. Look, we don't need a thing, just you. Just make sure the gang come through.
All right, so let's get into it, shall we? Well, first of all, I had to share this live because for some reason X is not connecting, so I had to physically go in and share the live. So everybody on X, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere, thank you. Some housekeeping. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. And make sure you follow me on all social media platforms and set that notification button so when I do go live, which I'm going to get into that later, you'll know, and it'll be something to make sure you get the invite for. So, again, y'all already know this show is going to be about red pill versus feminism, all this outrage, angry, the debate spear, all this stuff. Every video has been debate, roundtable. And we're going to start it off with the real-time recap. All right, so let's get into it, shall we? So this week it seems like my algorithm has just been showing me all types of stuff. It's been feminism versus red pill. It's been why men are this, men are that, women are this, women are that, men are this, men don't do this, men don't do that, blah 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 blah. Why gender war content is dominating. And we all know because people like to argue, people like to get into spaces and be loud and be obnoxious and be wrong and be right, get the dopamines, get the likes, get the all that other type of stuff. So this week what went viral was actor, well known within the Black community, well known a lot of places if you just know about working actors, Clifton Powell. Y'all know him as Pinky from Friday. You know him as Cuddy from what was that movie with Lorenz Tate? Why am I forgetting it? Dead Presidents. Clifton Powell has been in so many movies. You know him as the drug dealer in Rock, Women Out Thou Lose. You know from all types of places. But he was in a situation where he was a part of a round table where they were discussing women and relationships with women, and it went viral. And I'm going to show you why it went viral, and let's see if we agree or disagree on why it should have went viral or not went viral. So here we go with this video. Take a listen.
But go ahead.
The one thing that I just want to talk about in Luke, make sure I say the name right, crop this part out. Okay. What Luke brought up was like accountability. Like, yes, we can talk about, you know, what our families did to us, all this, all that, but eventually, and I know white people try and say this, and I really don't like that, but eventually it comes a point where you have to decide, how do I want to live my life? I haven't talked to my daddy in 6 years. I don't give a fuck about what my family has gone through. I know where I will go. So it's like, you know, you can only say that for so long. Black women are tired, and, you know, kind of like putting onto them like, hey, like, you didn't do this entirely, because everybody in here, several people have talked about, like, you know, going to counseling. Have that upon yourself. Stop waiting for a woman to tell you what you need to do. Take that upon yourself.
Let me address that real quickly. For me, I didn't know fucking how to
Can I say one more thing? No, I have to say this, because another thing that happens is, too, you live your life for so long, and I'm not meaning no disrespect by this.
It's all right, just say it, bro.
But when you hit your 60s and your 70s, I want to be right.
Okay, but let me.
I want to live my life right. I want someone to take care of me and protect me, and that's what a lot of women have issues with.
Because I'm living it right the fuck now.
As I said,
listen to
I said 60s and 70s.
Let me say this.
Don't overtalk me.
I'm gonna fucking overtalk you because you're talking out of line.
But you're not gonna disrespect me.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Oh, I am.
I do. Love it.
I do.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Oh, I do.
You can't.
I do. I do.
You don't know it, nigga.
I do. I'm good.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Fuck out of here. I'm living. You can't tell me what the fuck I'm living, nigga. I'm living it right now. You cannot fix no shit that you don't even know is happening.
I think there's a misunderstanding.
No, but he's generalized. You can't. Listen, bro. Let me stop. This is what it is. Let's get to the truth of this shit. You can't fix no shit unless you meet somebody who is on another level to help you elevate to understand. I'm not indicting anybody. I'm telling you what the shit is. You can't fix some shit that you don't know about, bro.
Yeah.
You can't. And then you get there at 69 or 70 and say, I thought I was being loved all this time. That's what our parents have gone through, and that's why we all so fucked up right now.
You asked, how do we love black women? Yeah. That's right here. Trust black women and listen to black women because they know more than we do what it is that they need.
I don't think that's true either. There's a lot of black women who don't know how to love.
I'm not talking about what they know how to love. I'm saying what they need as far as the reproduction.
I get that.
That's what we're talking about right now. Also, if we're going to use our privilege and power as men in society, how do we show up and be accountable? Like you said, the way to be accountable is to dismantle patriarchy. Because patriarchy makes it so that men have the power and women do not.
But you can't get there.
So that clip went viral, and you had it. It was exactly split to where I believe it needed to be split. No, where I knew it was going to be split. Of course, you had black women that was siding with the first guy that got up. The first I call him let's just say Mr. Sassy Pants, and then you had the older generation and some of the red pill community who was siding with Clifton Powell. Where I side, who do I side with? I side with Clifton Powell. And let me tell you why. He was the best representative up there of what it's like to be in spaces with all kinds of black women. All ages. He's close to his 70s. And just like he was saying before, the sassy one got all emotional about it and he wanted to cat for black women so much. He was saying, dude, look, I've been there. I've done that. I've been around black women for over 60 plus years. They evolve. They're different. You can't generalize all black women. And Sassy Pants was getting all emotional and in his feelings because he didn't want Clifton Powell to interject and be like, whoa, you're saying a lot of stuff, and a lot of it is pointed directly at me, so allow me to answer it, or let me stop you before you start going down the wrong rabbit hole, which he did. And first of all, when you say I don't mean no disrespect, you're about to disrespect. You totally disrespected him by calling him old and acting like he just wanted to be right because he was old. And Clifton Powell was saying that's further from the truth. You don't know what you're talking about. Number one, why is Mr. Sassy Pants talking so? Why is he the representative for women? And this is the problem I have with sassy men like him in these spaces. You're not a woman. I don't care how much you try to talk about it. I don't care how much you think it. I don't care how much you switch. I don't care how much you date men. You're not a woman. And further kept, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but women are sick of you too. Because the moment you step out of bounds or you say something that a woman don't like, she's calling you all types of names and attacking your sexuality. And you already show, you didn't even have to tell me that your dad wasn't in your life. I'm looking right at you. You're proof. I see why. You sound and look exactly like you was raised in a household dominated by women. Look how emotional you were. Look how you didn't allow another man the space to check you. Talking over somebody, guess what kind of trait that is? That is a feminine trait. And then you had dude with the shoe polish beard. We need to dismantle the patriarchy and allow the matrix. No. There's men and then there's women. That's it. It's levels. The hierarchy is that. Point blank, period. We get in these spaces, and I don't know if men are trying to get kudo points. I don't know if they think it sounds good. I don't know what it is. You can respect women without going overboard. You can want for women to be treated better without going overboard. What do you mean dismantle the patriarchy? You can't. It will never happen. It's never been that way, and it's never going to happen. So we need to figure out how we going to make this work. And how do we make this work? Number one, we stop speaking for each other. Men stop speaking for women. Women stop speaking for men. That's where you start first. Or you speak from a man's perspective. What do men need to do to make it better? And it can't start with dismantle the patriarchy. That's not going to work. We've seen instances where y'all have tried to let that happen, mainly the past election. No. It's not going to happen. I don't care what TV show, what movie shows it, it's not going to happen. We need to be men again. We need to be strong again. And that doesn't mean making women weaker. That means knowing our position and knowing what we have to do. The one thing I agree with Shoe Polish Beard was men need to know their power and understand the power that they have and use it correctly. You know how you can use it correctly? It don't need to be no oversweeping changes. Start in the home. Start by respecting your woman. Stop cheating on your woman. Stop having outside children. Marry your women. Make your women honest. Take care of your women. Don't let your women go out here with their titties out, with their butt out. Don't let women create OF. Don't let women turn their IGs into glorified porn. That's how you do that. Start in your own home before you do sweeping changes. A lot of these men that be on these panels, they be 3-4 times not divorced. They're non-married. They have 4 or 5 kids by 2 different women. They're in no position to do these type of roundtables. I'll put myself up there. Put me up there. Put some married black men up there. So we can show you how it's done. Not how it's perfect, but show you how you can maintain a relationship. How you can maintain respect in a marriage, in a relationship. You got Cam Newton with 9 children. You got Nick Cannon with 13 or however children they have. That's where the conversation needs to be. And I swear, we need to stop letting these men in the community speak for women. And y'all need to stop clapping like seals when they speak for you, because they're being disingenuous. You know why they're speaking up for you? Because they think they're better than you. You literally have men on social media that say, I can treat a man better than a woman can. This is what you're cheering for. You're cheering your replacements in their minds, not mine, because they would never replace a woman. And to have somebody with Clifton Powell's knowledge and experience up there to only show your ass, I'm not saying you have to kiss his feet, but you got somebody there with knowledge. That's like if I'm in front of somebody that has knowledge and experience, I'm going to hear them out. They've seen it from a different side, like you have. It just bothers me. And then it creates this men versus women thing. And then we got to go to how men are bad, how women are bad, how women should be dominant and all that stuff. And it was all men in there. The only woman was in there was the one that was trying to tell Clifton to calm down. That's it. But Shoe Polish Beard, he need to go some damn where. You're not going to dismantle the patriarchy. You're not. And I think these type of roundtables are getting old. And I'm tired. I don't even care anymore about the manosphere and all that stuff. Are you a decent man? Fix yourself before you try to do sweeping changes. We've seen it day after day, time after time. These gurus that come out, these influencers, these women, these men that come out here and tell everybody what they need to do, and their own life is screwed. From Miss, because she's not a doctor, Cheyenne Bryant giving out all this advice, not married, allegedly batting for the same team, all that good stuff, and she out here giving advice. You got Cam Newton with his damn legs crossed with 22 kids, he giving advice. The Jackson, whatever his name was, he giving advice. Found out he living foul. Y'all need to break these tables. Like, forget the red table talks, all this stuff. No more tables. Ban tables. Ban them. Ban tables. All right, now it's time for I Said What I Said.
I said what I said.
All right, now it's time when we get into feminism. Feminism. Because I'm tired of that too. I'm tired of feminism. It needs to go. Or it needs to have a better representation of it than the people that they keep setting forth. And here's one. First of all, this is from the podcast. This is from Maggie the Substitute. She was on a doctor. She was on the DFR show, the DR show, and they were having a roundtable about. It was four conservative, traditional women on one side and feminists on the other side. And I don't even have to tell you how all this turned out, but let's take a listen at one of the clips.
We all agree feminism benefits white people, white women the most. How do we actually bring everybody else up? Is there any people that disagree with feminism? Like, how do we bring everybody up?
I think we bring up our community by turning towards each other instead of against each other. And I think if you look at it as a balanced approach, I'm not going to deny the fact that women can work, we can vote, we can own, we can do all those things. But I think it is foolish to only look at that and not look at the harm that feminism has caused, especially minority communities. I'll speak as a Black woman. Black women get married at 1/4 the rate. And that is not helping our community because we're going against our men, and our communities are stronger because we are better together. So I think when we promote healthy families, when we promote the nuclear family, when we promote husbands and wives, moms and dads, boys and girls, that is how we get better. Feminism is not going to make us better. Feminism is actually making our community work.
Okay, that was Maggie the Substitute. A great follow on Instagram. I want y'all to make sure y'all check out Maggie the Substitute on Instagram. But yes, she talked about feminism and about how it's not doing any good for the Black community because it's making women not want to get married, believe that they don't need a man, they don't want a man. It's become anti-man. And that's not the betterment, because guess what you need to produce, to reproduce? You need man and you need woman. You need sperm. But you can go to the bank. No, stop it. Not everybody can afford the bank. Some of you don't even have a bank account, but you about to go into a sperm bank. Man, woman, traditional, man, woman. Have a kid. Reproduce, keep the world going round. Let's talk about feminism, shall we? Well, before we get into feminism, I want to play one more clip and then we'll talk about feminism. So let me play this clip and then I will get into my my spiel about the overall crux of this whole sit down, this whole interview.
Yeah, I'm going to say something controversial, but I think that men should step in a little bit more when it comes to laws, even more now, because like they were saying, like women are emotionally led. That's what I believe. I believe, like right there.
I can laugh.
Well, it's just like so many reactions constantly. Yeah, it's emotions. Like men feel their emotions, but they can also conduct themselves. At least when I'm in rooms with them. Yeah, but I will agree with the violence, right? But I also say that women, they're making decisions on. I'll even go away from the abortion topic. Lip fillers. We see women from the media. They're getting injections everywhere. BBLs. They're putting their life on the line to get BBLs because that's the propaganda or whatever they're putting out there. And so I just think that men should step in a little bit more to protect us. Like, yeah, you can make the decision to go out there and alter your whole body, but at the end of the day, those women are putting their life on the line to do that. So that's why I say I think our men should actually step in more when they see that we're destroying ourselves. And that's just kind of one example I want to give.
Maggie, you made a face.
Oh, I made a face because I was talking earlier. I do agree. You should let people fail fantastically if they want to. Sometimes people have to hit rock bottom, and I say let them. And I think that's how some people have to learn, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Men being less emotional would be bad for wisdom. And I don't think that men are less emotional. I think they're the same. And so I guess what would your rebut to that?
I think that they feel emotions. I just think when I've what I've noticed is that they're not so emotionally reactive, unless if we look at the studies of like men that are in prison, they usually come from single mothers.
I actually don't think there should be any laws on women's bodies. I think the only people who should be making decisions about what medical procedures a woman is receiving is herself, because she is an adult and can make choices for herself, and with her doctor, because those are the only people who should be making decisions when it comes to women's bodies. I don't trust men to take a list and go to the grocery store and execute that successfully. I certainly don't trust them to put laws on my body and execute that successfully. Women are dying in Texas because of laws on their body. A woman was strapped to a life support machine where a baby was forced to be made when she was only 6.
You notice they always have these anecdotal stories that nobody can verify immediately on the spot, so you have to take it at face value. They do that to get you emotional and to pull you in. Like they'll be like, "Did you know that ICE raped a 5-year-old?" And you're like, "I can't validate this right now. I don't even know if it's right. I don't know if it's correct. I don't know the context." But they do that to get you emotionally sucked in, and then you don't know where to go from there.
6 weeks pregnant, and the baby is now severely disabled, and that was a law by man. I don't think that men should be making decisions. If they can't find the clitoris on image, I don't care what they think about my uterus, okay?
It's a lot to unpack in those two videos, and I'm gonna try my best. First, let me bring up this right here. Boom. All right. Feminism. Definition. Feminism seeks equal rights and equal opportunities for women in areas such as education, pay, legal protections, employment, political representation, social treatment. The core idea of feminism, at its foundation, feminism argues that women should not face discrimination or disadvantages based on their sex. What feminism is not: anti-man, female superiority, removing men from society. You don't trust men to go to the grocery store. Do you trust men to build the grocery stores? You don't trust that men can find the clitoris. What's the highest percentage of gynecologists? What's their gender? Men. What's the highest percentage of medical doctors? Men. Police officers, men. Construction workers, men. Oil rig drillers, men. Soldiers, men. And in a lot of these clips, there was a lot of these clips. The woman with the pink hair who was smugly laughing while the other woman was speaking, she made it known a lot of times. I love men. I sleep with men all the time. You're starting to see a pattern here. People are just angry. People don't even know what their movement is about. The feminism movement is not anti-man. It's not about you being superior. It's not about entitlement. It's about equal opportunity. I have the opportunity to be president. A woman has the opportunity to be president. It doesn't say fair. A fair is where you judge pigs, ride rides, and eat funnel cake. I don't have to treat you fairly. I have to treat you equally. You have an equal opportunity for a job, the same as me. Whether you get it or not, that's not my concern. Did you have an opportunity to fill out the application? Did you have the opportunity to go on an interview if you succeeded? If the answer is yes, then what are we talking about? Equality does not mean entitlement. A lot of you women feel entitled to something because you're a woman. That's why DEI is such a problem. That's why affirmative action is a problem. It has become entitlement. Feminism is about equality. And let's just face it, on its face and the foundation of some of it, guess what? You're going to be at a disadvantage. You know what? Let's scrap disadvantages, shall we? Let's scrap it. Women, you have to do the same physical fitness test that men have to do as firefighters, as policemen, as marshals, as FBI agents. You have to do the same amount of push-ups, the same amount of sit-ups, the same run, the same pull-ups, the same everything. I'll wait. There are no girl push-ups anymore. There are no Air Force push-ups anymore. You have to do the same amount of push-ups. I'll wait. You have to go through the same training in special forces. I'll wait. You see how that works? There is evolutionary, there is medical, there is physiological differences between men and women. That's why there are certain policies, procedures in place to make that be known, to make sure that that is in the equation. Or a lot of you won't get shit. Is it sinking in now? And Maggie the Substitute said it perfectly. Sometimes you got to let people fantastically fail. Like when y'all be like, I'd rather be in the woods with the bear, go ahead. I'd rather be in the woods with a bear than a man, go ahead. I will live on a planet with nothing but women, go ahead. I will live on an island with nothing but women, go ahead. I want a woman president, go ahead. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. But you notice the difference between this sit down and the men sit down? Yes, both got emotional, both got heated. But they were also able to slow it down and come to an understanding and talk rationally and logically. What did she do? She started crying, telling a story that was a flat out lie. That Texas story is a flat out lie. It was a medical emergency. That's why that happened. But they lie. They say crazy stuff. They say emotional stuff to get you all wound up, and then it be complete lies. When you make decisions out of emotions, you lose. A lot of the time. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But that you have to be rational and logical in your thinking. I don't think men should have any control over women's bodies. Who is doing the BBLs? Who is doing the breast implants? It ain't women doctors that are plastic surgeons. It is men. It is men doctors doing the BBLs. You don't fly away to Cancun and get concrete in your butt from a woman. Again, feminism, equality, not entitlement. But you know what? Let them stay over there. Them are the extreme, and it's always a prototype. It's Kool-Aid colored hair, piercings, bad-bodied, angry, 5 o'clock shadows, illogical. It's always an archetype of these feminist types. And it's crazy. You can't make this crap up. Now let's go to cap check.
The lies. There you go. This bitch. I'm telling you. Trifling.
All right. This one is going to be okay. Let's just play the clip, shall we? Because I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, so the clip is here. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Oh, actually, the clip was the one that I played because I combined the clips. So let's do this. My cap check, what I'm calling cap on, is when feminists say we're not anti-man. If you say I don't trust men, I don't want men on the planet, men are no good, men are violent, men do us harm, men stink, men can't go grocery shopping, men can't find a clitoris, men are the problems of the world, men want to destroy the world, men are responsible for all the wars. What's that sound like to you? That sounds anti-man, doesn't it? Sounds like anti-man to me. If you can't find one good thing to say about a man, that's anti-man. You telling me men can't do anything right? Nothing at all. They can do one thing right, or you wouldn't be here. Because guess what? You need a man to exist. Because man and woman get together and have a baby. So men do something right. If your toilet clogs up and you need a plumber, are you going to search for a woman plumber, or are you going to search for somebody right away? It's usually going to be a man. If you need something done or built inside your home, unless you're a Bob the Builder super stud woman, it's going to be a man that's going to do the renovations on your home. Okay? So let's stop the cat and let's stop saying that you're not anti-man. Feminism not anti-man, because if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it smells like a duck, it's a damn duck. It is. I don't know what to tell y'all. Why y'all so angry with men? No, y'all are not angry with the right man, the man that made y'all the way that you are. Because everybody has an origin story. Every feminist has a villain origin story. Y'all need to start focusing on that man that turned you to the dark side. Not every man. Let's go to Paige and Dr. Blue.
Paige and Dr. Blue.
All right, let's get into this this pseudo rapper extraordinaire bomber jacket fella, and then I'll tell you where this come from. So we have this thing to apparently hood dudes are now alt-right. Actually, I'm sorry, hood niggas are alt-right now. If you go to any barbershop or you go to any hood and you talk to hood niggas, they are alt-right, according to this man. Let's take a listen. Oh, hold on. Where? Here it is.
You talk to a hood dude long enough, he starts to sound like Charlie Kirk.
I'm so glad that homie is talking about this, because I've been talking about this for a while now. You go into the right barbershop in the hood, it's gonna sound like a Turning Point USA conference in there. It's gonna sound like the G-O-fucking-P in there. Ask your average hood nigga how he feels about abortion, queer people, black single mothers, black liberation, Donald Trump. Bro, a lot of hood niggas out here straight up be sounding like fucking Nick Fuentes. I think the only thing that's required in conservatism as an ideology is willful ignorance, a little bit of weaponized ignorance, a little bit of Dunning-Kruger, straight up cruelty or bigotry. And yeah, like the hood is not immune to that. These hood dudes are getting the same exact reels and programming as white suburban young men. They're not immune.
I want to break this down little by little.
You talk to a hood dude long enough, he starts to sound like Charlie Kirk.
I'm so glad that homie is talking about this because I've been talking about this for a while now. You go into the right barbershop in the hood, it's going to sound like a Turning Point USA conference in there. It's going to sound like the G-O-fucking-P in there. Ask your average hood nigga how he feels about abortion. Queer people, black single mothers, black liberation.
First of all, I'm not having conversations with hood niggas. What is a hood nigga? And that's your first problem. You're speaking to a hood nigga. Now, if you're speaking to a black man in an urban setting, what do you expect for him to say? I love gay. I love gays. I love single mothers. Man, I told my girl to have an abortion, man. I'm glad she had the abortion. What do you want them to say? Most black men are straight. So what conversation you want to have with a straight black man about homosexuality? That's not an alt-right thing. I am a Christian. So I have stark beliefs against it. Does that mean I am a bigot and does that mean I want them to die and all that stuff? No. And I'm not going to go the route of I have friends that are gay and all that stuff because that doesn't even matter. Because at this point, what you want, what people like you and others want, you want us to be monolithic. You want all black people to be democratic and liberal, correct? That's what you just said. Because you attack conservatives. I have news for you. You can be a Democrat and a conservative. You could be a Christian Democrat and not believe. I got news for you. A lot, despite what you may think, a lot of pastors who are Democrat and really stand on their business, they don't play homosexuality either. They don't play with abortion either. They don't play with the death of babies either. They don't believe in having children out of wedlock either. That's not an alt-right thing. Hell, a lot of times it's not a religious thing. It's an individual belief system thing. I believe that kids should that when you should have children with somebody that you're married to. That don't necessarily have to be religious. That could just be just how a person in the urban setting feels, how an urban black man feels. But people like you, rappers, you super woke Negroes with lisp, you think that you're so above it all. And I had a conversation with this jackass, a regular conversation. I was like, name the time and place that we can have the conversation. And he said, I said, about you saying that being conservative and having alt-right values and stuff go similar hand in hand with hood niggas and all this stuff. And he said, I already know where you're coming from. There's no point in having a conversation. I know what you are. You're blah, blah, blah. They never want to have the conversation. It's always an excuse for them to come to the table. But I went to your little page. I hope your rap career takes off. Follow him, Clay Creation. I hope your rap, and then I found out your home base is in Atlanta. I know what you are. I know what you are. I know why you're so upset that homosexuality is not accepted. You got the list. You might as well go all the way, player. Don't fuck with me. And then you went on to say, I already know if people read certain books, I already know what kind of men they are. So now reading books is bad. If you read 46 Laws, if you read certain type of books, that means that you're a corny Negro and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. Don't fuck with me. I am on a level that is beyond your comprehension. You can call them talking points. You can call them whatever they are. But the problem I think that men like you have with men like me is we don't care. I'm a sociopath. I lack empathy. I don't care what you care about. I don't. I care about the people in my life, and if they happen to be gay, I care about them. If they happen to have an abortion, I care about them. But people outside it as a whole, I don't care. I am the very definition of have the life you deserve. I am the very definition of I love that for you. If you care about black women aborting their babies, I love that for you. If that's something that you support, I love that for you. If you support homosexuality, I love that for you. Again, show me a right that they have that I don't have. They have that they don't have that I have. Again, it's not about equality. It's about you wanting me to think the way that you think, and you can't regulate that. There's no legislation for me to feel the way that I feel, and you're upset. You're in your car, literally making a video. Everybody, it's like Turning Point USA. No, it's not. I don't know what barbershops you go to. The barbershops my barber is a white woman. The barber that does my beard, does my bald head, does my crisp lineup, she is a white woman. Shout out to Midwest Jess. If you're in the Concord, in the North Carolina area, shout out to Midwest Jess on Instagram. That's my barber. Look her up, set up an appointment, lovely. My barber is a white woman in a male-dominated field full of black people. We don't talk about Charlie Kirk in the barbershop. We talk about sports. We talk about life. The other day, Martin was on the TV, and we talked about Martin, my whole haircut. What Turning Point USA? No, it's jerk offs like you that come inside the barbershop and try to derail the conversation. And we're like, oh, I don't want to talk about gay stuff. I don't want to talk about abortions. That's you. And why are you concerned? What I didn't see a woman in your profile. I didn't see any kids or family in your profile. It's an attack on traditional values, people. I can't stress that enough to you. They don't want the nuclear family. They want man, man, woman, 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 midget, midget, woman, man, man, midget, midget, man, woman, midget, woman. They don't want man and woman. They want us in chaos. That's what they want. It's an attack. It's an attack on civilization. It's an attack on traditional values. And I'm not going to stand for it. So you could be in your car all you want. Matter of fact, after this conversation, I'm not even going to know who you are. But I hope you have the life you deserve. And I hope I don't see you on one of the commercials where you're walking hand in hand and you're saying how a pill is going to guarantee you 5 more years of life. Hello? You hear me now? Don't fuck with me. All right. Now it's time for Dumbass of the Week. All right. This dumbass of the week. This is yeah. Let's just play it.
Talked about this before. There's different classifications of pathetic, right? There's Trump supporter, that's very pathetic. There's black Trump supporter, that's pathetic. There's Latino Trump supporter, that's a different classification of brain dead troglodyte pathetic. But to be a Latino ICE agent, which is, it's funny because I'm frankly certain about like half of ICE agents are black and Latino. To be a minority and an ICE agent, it's like, you shouldn't have rights ever again. I'm not even kidding. Like, your family should be taken away from you. You shouldn't have rights, and you should be sent to a concentration camp. Oh, wait. That's what you're already doing to regular Latinos. My bad. What I meant to say was, you're a pathetic excuse and a waste of a man. That's what any and all minorities who are in ICE, like, bro, you're actually a waste of oxygen, and you would be better off in a fucking gulag enslaved. That's what I believe.
Let's break this down frame by frame, shall we?
Talked about this before. There's different classifications of pathetic, right? There's Trump supporter, that's very pathetic. There's black Trump supporter.
Why are black Trump supporters pathetic? Why are we pathetic? You know what's pathetic? You know what's pathetic? Supporting somebody who can't answer your questions. Supporting somebody who in all up running the whole thing, they could not give you concrete explanation of what their plan is, what their platform is. They gave you word salad. They had Meg Thee Stallion twerking in front of an abortion truck. That's what you support. Supporting our kids being confused. That's what you support. But we're pathetic. First of all, you're in your kitchen and you're talking in a bubble. Brother, or whatever the hell you are the type of person that I know what you are. You are the person that if you're caught out and about, you try to go the other way because you already know. You want no smoke. That's the thing about the internet. It gives people the ability to be brave and to have internet courage, Wi-Fi courage, and not make a whole hell of a lot of sense. And then they gather followers who also don't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. And then they get together and then they all should be with Jim Jones and drink the Kool-Aid.
That's pathetic. There's Latino Trump supporter. That's a different classification of.
So he hates Latino Trump supporters more than black Trump supporters. But this is the side of inclusion, understanding. They believe that black people should have be above everything. They believe that Latinos getting a raw deal. But he says on the top that black and brown people should be sent to the gulag if you don't agree with me. What happened to the inclusion? So Latinos being Illegal immigrants being sent to concentration camps, bad. Legal Latinos who can vote and pay taxes, who have done it the right way and lived the American dream, they should be sent to concentration camps instead of the illegal immigrants who was not sent to concentration. But see, these are the things that they say to get you emotional. It's not a concentration camp. It's an illegal deportation holding camp. You don't know what a fucking concentration camp really is. Have you been to one? Have you seen one? Have you been to the Jewish Museum? But these are the people that want you to be sensitive to others. And look how cavalier he is with calling something a concentration camp. You have no idea what a concentration camp is. You have no idea what a plantation is.
Brain dead, troglodyte, pathetic. But to be a Latino ICE agent, which is, it's funny because I'm frankly certain about like half of ICE agents are black and Latino. To be a minority and an ICE agent, it's like, you shouldn't have rights ever again. I'm not even kidding. Like, your family should be taken away from you.
So the thing that you say ICE agents are doing to illegal immigrants wrongly, you're now wishing that on legal citizens because they support Trump. It's all going to make sense during the outro. I promise you. Why? It's just all going to make sense. Trust me.
You shouldn't have rights and you should be sent to a concentration camp. Oh, wait. That's what you're already doing to regular Latinos. My bad. What I meant to say was, you're a pathetic excuse and a waste of a man. That's what any and all minorities who are in ICE, like, bro, you're...
I will stand up right now and show you why I'm not a pathetic space of a man. I stand up right now and show you. But I love my privileges, I love my freedom, and I don't live like that. You sound like, sir, you was in gym or you was in a locker room. If you work out, you look slovenly. You sound like you was in the gym and your true hatred came from looking down at a black man and a Latino man in the locker room and you saw that you cannot compete. It sounds like little dick energy to me. I'm sorry. Like you're completely angry and illogical. I am so tired of these people. They want to control your thoughts. They want to control your ideology. They want to control your thinking. They think that you're on level until you don't believe or you don't do what they tell you to do. And then you're all the racial slurs in the world that they quote unquote don't subscribe to. I don't run into these type of people in my everyday life. That's how I know the internet is just it's a cesspool and it's a place that has you have to really find your algorithm that you love and that you like. You have to get away from stuff like this because it will really drive you to do things that you don't want to do. People like that, if you check their laptop and their search history, you will see why they are the way that they are. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, before we close tonight, I want to say this clearly. When I started Real Time, I was in a different season of my life. There's a reason why all these videos that you've seen tonight and even the energy that I've had has been this way. It's all led to this. I am in a different season now. My family deserves all of me. not what's left over. And I'm focusing more on being present at home. I'm focusing on teaching and pouring into my students. And most importantly, I'm going to be focused on getting my body into the best shape of my life. I turned 44 years old this year. And I promised myself in I promised myself in January 1st, part of my New Year's resolutions was to get myself in shape, in the best shape that I've ever been in my life. And all that growth that I plan on to do spiritually, mentally, physically, professionally, it requires adjustment. So moving forward, real time is going to become event-based. When something is worth breaking down, I'll go live. No more Force and Weekly topics. I'm going to move with attention this year. If you've been rocking with me since day one, I appreciate you. Real Time has been here since COVID season. What's that, 2020? And it first started off as a journal because I had a lot to say. I wanted to get it out my chest, get it off my chest. But things have changed. And I'm ready to make that adjustment and make sure I give all those things that I named the opportunity and the attention that they need. So, with that being said, make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll know when I go live again. Because you'll know if I go live, it's an event and it's something that really needs to be talked about. Make sure you follow me on all my social media to keep up with this journey. You see on all my social medias down there, Real Prince Blue across all social medias. It's not hard. Pause. I'm just building different from now on. I'm building different from now on. I'm moving different from now on. And I'm going to make sure that I'm the best version of me. And I'm going to make sure that when I bring you Real Time, it is the best. And it's something that really needs to be discussed. It's something that really needs to be talked about. It's a million podcasts out there. Everybody's covering everything. My homie AJ, make sure you check out AJ's rant. AJ's lunch rant. Make sure you check out AJ's The Rant Experience on Friday. He does lunch rant Monday through Saturday. And the Rant Experience is 7 p.m. on Friday. My brother has you covered for everything. Politics, culture, dance. He's really a talent, one of the most talented dudes I've ever been around. He works hard. His content is just, he's the one that makes me feel like I need to step my game up. That's how good he is. And I hope that everybody within the sound of my voice, you support my brother AJ. He's really the best at what he does. So make sure you check that out. And it wouldn't be Real Time if I didn't leave you with something that makes so much sense. I have to do it. I'm sorry.
There is no reason for a man to behave like a gentleman with a prostitute.
Oh my God. No, that wasn't it. I'm just messing with y'all. Here it is, what I need y'all to pay attention to. And just know this, going forward in life, I see you.
Peter, I just want to get one final thought from you. Are there words that are used to describe men that offend you?
Not particularly, and if there are some I don't like, I certainly wouldn't want them banned. But it always goes back to that old adage: sticks and stones may break my bones, but there will always be something to offend a feminist.
Peter
Lloyd. No, that's just obnoxious.
Peter
Sorry,
Lloyd
you have to give me a chance to respond to that. That is ridiculous.
Real time, yeah, yeah, yeah.